think I can wear my glasses with the ring light, so I'm just gonna be blind. It's been a while, I think since November. In my last video that I posted, I said how I was excited. I was gonna try to post videos weekly, all that good stuff. And then I didn't till now, June. That is because I thought that I was gonna do better in school and my mental health was gonna get better. Little did I know I was going to have a really hard time with school and my mental health was just gonna really go down badly to the worst it's ever been, which really sucked. So here I am in June, and now that I'm just about done school and getting help and hopefully getting better, I'd like to try again. I struggle with really severe anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder, so it's been a bit of a struggle. And also I have really bad emetophobia. I always have since I was a child, been absolutely petrified of vomit, and my number one anxiety symptom is nausea all the time, constantly, so that doesn't bode well, really. Anyway, there's your reason that I didn't post at all, and now I'm back. I'm trying again. Hopefully it's not going to be December the next time you see me. That's a bad angle. I really don't appreciate that you can see the ring light, but we're not gonna have to deal with that forever. It's fine. I have a rack now. They're not just scattered all over my room, which is a bonus. So we have Piglet on the top, Ada in the middle, and right on the bottom, Vetter. Some unfortunate news about Vetter.
He stopped eating. I was like, this is so weird. Like, he never has problems eating. So I messaged the people who had him before me, and I was like, hey, he's not eating, seems really weird for him. How old is he? They told me he was only 9 when I got him in October.
And I was like, are you sure he's only 9? He looks older, he just is slowing down a lot. She was like, oh, he's actually about 17. And I was like, I cried a lot. The moment I read the text, I just sobbed. It was a bad time. Later, she texts me and she says, I messaged the people who had him before me. He's at least 20. The lifespan for a milk snake is about 20 years. So, but he is taking meals, or at least he's taken one since. We're gonna try again today, but he's taken one, but he would only take a fuzzy. And before he was eating large mice. So I'm just happy that he's eating. I don't even want to think about it. The rack. This, sometimes I bump into it and I have a panic attack. It's pretty sturdy. This video, I'm gonna spot clean the enclosures, give 2 of them a little soak, and feed them. Another thing about having so many pets, and then also a PC and like all that kind of stuff, as well as a ring light currently on me, it must be 1,000,000 degrees in this room. It is very warm, so my hair's going up. But a little bit of a side note, Vetter is currently on the bottom. He's going to be moving to the top. Ada here needs a bigger enclosure. She's past due. She's going to be on the bottom. It's very difficult to find the really good measurements for an enclosure that can fit in here. And when I do find them, they're always top opening, and I don't want that. I'm probably just going to build one or have my dad build one. I'm aware Ada's enclosure is too small for her. We're currently in the process of changing that. Ada's enclosure is really like busy and full of things, and there's a lot of times where I take things out because I'm like, oh, it's so busy, I need to give her more room. But she uses everything, so I feel bad to take everything out. So I'm basically just gonna go through and take everything out, put in a new paper towel on the bottom, and go from there. She's pretty used to me coming in and doing it, but she always just wants to eat. She loves this little bed. I originally got it just to have it on my desk for her to chill with it, but she loved it. So I put it in here and she sleeps on top of it every night. So I feel like it's pretty simple. I'm just like pulling everything out, pulling the lizard out because she looked hungry, but I put her back. And yeah, I basically just pulled everything out. That's like the little rocks, her water bowl. She never ever drinks water, but I always have water there just for her to have the option to drink water. But she gets most of her water from fruit and veggies anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Neither of my tripods go low enough to actually like be floor level, so I'm just gonna have to hold my camera. Also, in case anyone's curious about how hot it gets in my room with all of the lights and everything, I just went on my Snapchat on my phone and I literally could not use couldn't use my flashlight because my phone is overheating. Anyway, I meant to give the lizard a soak while I changed her paper towel, so I'm gonna do it now while I do Vetter's Enclosure. I gave her a little comfort piece of bark, so she can't jump out with that, but it's good to hold on to. I don't know if you can tell, but right under his water bowl is hollow underneath. This is his favorite spot to be, underneath the water bowl right here. So I'm not gonna disturb that spot. So if I see poop, I just grab the whole sphagnum area around it, just so I'm not leaving anything I don't want in there, and I just pick out the moss and things like that, give it a little rehydrate, and yeah. Vetter's Enclosure is really simple because he honestly is barely even out, especially in the daytime. He's always just burrowed. Like, you can see his tail is there pretty much the whole time, and he doesn't go anywhere else. He just chills burrowed all the time, so I don't really need to have anything too crazy up at the top. The worst part about the rack, literally the only bad thing, is stuff falls through and I can't sweep it, so I ordered a vacuum where I can really get in the cracks. So the whole situation with things falling through the cracks of the rack drives me insane. Actually insane. Now we have last but certainly not least my baby, my boy I've had since from the egg, my first ever snake, the man who bites me the most. Now, a couple things to say. First of all, I gave him a tank upgrade and he was not a fan. He likes to be in a smaller space. He wouldn't eat. I don't know, he likes this. Second, this is a bioactive. There's live plants, but he bulldozes them. I've replanted them 1,000 times. I'm just gonna let them do what they do, and I'm gonna let him do what he does. There's isopods and springtails in here. There's an automatic mister. One more slight issue, which is if you look at it from far away, I'm a mere 5 foot, almost 4 inches. It's kind of a task for me to get in here, especially when he is in here, because he is a biter. I'm going to give him a bath. It's feeding day for the snakes, and you can tell he knows it, and he's being very active. He also always pulls the automatic misters off of the glass, so I need to restick those. But first I need to get him out of here without being bit, hopefully. Maybe he'll just come on out on his own. Well, he definitely will. Hey buddy, what's going on? Can I grab you? Here he is soaking. Now we're just gonna try and barrel through his enclosure. Okay, I have a chair to stand on because I am tiny. First of all, I'm not gonna disturb it too much because it's bioactive and I just wanna leave it the way it wants to be. First of all, my little spray bottle broke. It literally just like popped off, so that was quite upsetting. I spent a lot of time trying to keep the pothos alive. I don't know why, because he just keeps bulldozing it, but I'd really like it to grow as much as it can in there and thrive, so we'll see. I don't get to clean his water bowl as often as the other two, like giving it a good scrub. I only probably do it every 2 to 3 days because he doesn't let me come in and grab it. Right here, I'm just replacing the sphagnum moss in his humid hide and getting it like wet. The lizard was really interested in what I was doing the whole entire time. I also spent a lot of time with my head in his enclosure just looking for isopods and springtails because I was concerned my colony had completely died off, but there was actually a lot in the more wet parts of the enclosure around the pothos. There was multiple ambulances coming down the road for like a while. I don't know what was happening really close to my house, but it was like for a while that they were coming down. Oh, it's so dark. There's another ambulance coming. It's going to be very loud in a second. Feeding. The lizard already fed today, or ate today. Arctic mice for the snakes. Piglet eats a medium rat. So, trigger warning, small dead animals. If you don't want to see it, skip to, I'll put a timestamp in the description box. I basically just put them in warm water and let them sit. So, except I put them in head first, like so. I took off my makeup because it's just too hot to have a full face of makeup on right now. Now I'm just gonna fill up the automatic mister. I have to say the automatic mister as well as the day and night light timers were such game changers. They make everything so much easier and I don't have to worry about making sure I'm getting the lights on and off on time and making sure the humidity stays up. He always immediately goes into the water when I fill it all the way up. Oh god. At the same time as I'm trying to do this, my friend is harassing me to play Dead by Daylight with her, so please, we gotta hurry up here. I really wanted to give you guys a cool time lapse of him eating. I guess I could have put in a different time lapse that I have, but I don't know. He was just being very dramatic, but it took him a while to actually get it in his mouth and eat it. Right after Piglet stopped eating, or he finished eating, I was done, everything, and I honestly started to get really panicked because it was so hot in here that I started to feel a bit sick, and you know, I talked about having really bad anxiety and stuff, and so I just kind of started to get really panicked. So I ended up going and sleeping in the living room so it wasn't so hot. The daytime lights have not come on yet. It's really early. They should be coming on really, really soon though. Anyway, I had planned for a better outro, but then I ended up getting really stressed, so it just wasn't going to work that way. I took a whole time lapse of Piglet eating his meal, but it he grabbed it from the side instead of the top, so he ended up getting really dramatic about it and like bringing it through the water bowl. He was dragging it around. He like kept trying to grab it and pull it to different sides of the enclosure. So I don't know, I just feel like I shouldn't post that whole clip, so I'm not going to. Anyway, last night I just grabbed my water bottle. I just bought a Switch. Please, if you have recommendations for Switch games, comment them because I'm going to buy some and I don't know what to buy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you would, like, subscribe, please comment. I want to know what everyone thinks. Give me ideas for new videos. Hopefully I can keep up with it.